All right, so I started drinking mud water about, I don't know, I'd say it's been about 3 weeks now. Um, that's a that's a guess. So I've been drinking it because it is supposed to be good for focus, mental clarity, um, and as all of you know, I have been suffering from memory loss. So I figured that that would be a good thing to try. It did come with like a really cute little frother, which I've never used in my life, but here that is. Um, and yeah, it is expensive. I feel like that's like the number one review, um, is that it's a little bit expensive, but it is worth it. I'll get into like a little bit more about the benefits, but I will say it smells like hot chocolate and I don't know, a tea maybe like a chai tea, but like a really earthy one. And that's kind of what that smells like. So I don't know if you can. I've got not too much left. Let me see if I can get some on a spoon. Um, so this is the color. And that was something that I had to get used to. Because, yeah, it's not the same color as coffee. I didn't think that it would be necessarily, but yeah, not the same color, not the same texture. So just be aware of that. Um, and then it's 20 calories per serving. There are 30 in a container. I think I paid, I don't know, $40 for it, I think, maybe 50. And so that's that. And then so usually what I'll do, it did come with like a book of recipes, which I don't really remember where I put it, but it came with a book of recipes that I just decided to ignore because I am that person. So usually what I do is I'll just like stir it because like it gets kind of clumpy at the bottom. And I do use almond creamer. You don't need a whole lot. That was a lot, sorry. You don't need a whole lot. But I just like the sweetness, I think, is no problem. Admittedly, I still drink regular coffee in the morning. I just use this as kind of like, instead of a second cup of coffee, I do a cup of mud water. And thus far, that's worked okay for me. Yeah, and then you just froth it, which don't know if I'm doing this right, so, feel free to tell me. But yeah. So I make sure that that's pretty well incorporated because, honestly, the mud water doesn't mix very well with water. I mean, it does, but not to like a point where I wouldn't have to use that. Yeah. So that's that. That's kind of what it looks like. Yeah, see, I'm not good at making froth, so if anyone has suggestions, like, let me know. Yeah, and then I'll get into why I kind of like it, but kind of don't. I'm in the middle. So I've been drinking mud water now for about 3 weeks. And again, that's, as I said before, kind of a guess, just, given the memory loss and everything. And I started drinking it because, it's supposed to like improve your focus and your mental clarity. And I will say that although, it didn't miraculously cure my amnesia or my memory loss, I will say that like it definitely improved my focus a little bit more. I've been more productive overall than like, when I first started drinking it. And it honestly, it just makes you feel good. Like I get a little bit of an energy boost. It's not like coffee, but you get like a little bit of one. And excuse my cat, I'm sorry. She just does what she wants. So I will say that like in that way, I love it. I wouldn't say that it's ever replaced my coffee yet. Maybe one day, but for me, coffee is like the main thing that I need when I wake up. Like coffee in silence. So, I think that, maybe eventually, but for right now, it's just kind of like I'll have my first cup of coffee, and instead of 4 more cups of coffee, I'll do the mud water. Just 1 cup, and that'll usually take me through the day. The texture's a little weird. I will say that. That took me some getting used to. The texture's chalky isn't the word because, that's kind of gross. I would say that, like, when you make like real tea and there's that residue at the bottom of your cup sometimes? That's kind of what there is. And it's not bad by any means. Like, I just know not to drink like the little bottom part because otherwise it's like drinking a cup of sand. But that could also be user error. I could be doing it wrong. I have not quite figured out how to use the frother yet. It's not a skill I have. I don't know. I make a mess every time. I explode the mud water pretty much all over my counter every time I try. So, yeah, that's my review. Honestly, like, I love it. I'm going to keep drinking it. And I did recently try, they have a nighttime mud water. And actually, I like that one better than the regular one. That one tastes better in my opinion, and honestly that was the first time that I have slept through the night in a while. So I think that, yeah, that's going to be my next purchase by them, but I think I'm going to work through my mud water and see, if there are any other positive effects. I haven't had any negative effects yet. It didn't, affect my stomach or anything. I didn't get a headache. I don't get a headache if I skip it like I do coffee. So it really is a good alternative, but like I said, for me, it hasn't replaced the coffee yet, but maybe one day. So hopefully this helps you either buy it or not buy it.